I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 27th, 2015. Several rockets were fired from Syria this morning into Israel. Two of them landed in the northern Golan Heights. The two projectiles landed in open areas and no damage or injury was caused. IDF forces returned fire, shooting about 20 artillery shells at the Syrian positions from which the rockets originated. Following the incident, the IDF instructed the evacuation of about 1,000 visitors who were at the Hermon mountain ski site in Israel's north and the temporary closing of the ski facility. Residents living in the area were told to stay close to their safe rooms. While spillover from the conflict in Syria is nothing new for Israel, IDF spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner told Reuters that this time the rockets were not thought to be a result of errant fire. Israeli President Reuven Rivlin met yesterday with United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon at the UN in New York, where the leaders discussed, among other things, the possibility of restarting peace talks between Israel and the Palestinians. Rivlin also urged Ban to take a stand against Palestinian efforts to bring Israeli leaders and IDF soldiers before the International Criminal Court, accusing them of war crimes during the war with Hamas in Gaza this past summer. Rivlin told Ynet in an interview today that he told Ban that the appeal to the ICC by PA President Mahmoud Abbas was like, quote, aiming an unconventional weapon at Israel. Rivlin told Ban the IDF is the most ethical army in the world. He said, our soldiers are our children, and I have no doubt that we know how to investigate every event which took place during a conflict that was forced upon us and to draw every necessary conclusion, adding there is no force in Israel stronger than the law. Rivlin said he told the UN chief that it was beyond cynical that Israel and its soldiers are accused of war crimes by terror organizations. Rivlin was set to address the UN General Assembly at its gathering to mark International Holocaust Remembrance Day today. However, that event was canceled due to the blizzard that was expected to hit New York. Today, January the 27th, 2015, is not only International Holocaust Remembrance Day, it also marks the 70th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. On this date in 1945, the death camp was liberated by Red Army soldiers. Jewish leaders, world leaders, heads of state, and Holocaust survivors gathered today in Auschwitz, Poland, at Auschwitz, where nearly 1.5 million people, most of them Jews, were killed between 1940 and 1945. The site is now the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and State Museum, and some 300 survivors of the camp stood in front of its gates today to remember the atrocities that took place there and to remind the world to never forget. JBS had planned to televise the 70th anniversary commemoration live from Poland today. Unfortunately, due to the anticipated blizzard in the Northeast, the live transmission from Poland was not available to show in America at this time. JBS hopes to be able to share this sacred moment of memory and tribute with you at a later date. The United States sent a delegation to the commemoration in Poland today, led by Secretary of the Treasury Jack Lew. And the White House released a statement today from President Barack Obama, who said the American people pay tribute to the 6 million Jews and millions of others murdered by the Nazi regime, and also honor those who survived the Holocaust. The president said honoring and remembering also demands speaking out against bigotry and hatred. Obama said the recent terrorist attacks in Paris serve as a painful reminder of our obligation to condemn and combat rising anti-Semitism in all its forms, including the denial or trivialization of the Holocaust. The president said the U.S. pledges never to forget the atrocities of the Holocaust, quoting author and survivor of Auschwitz Primo Levi, who said, quote, "It happened, therefore it can happen again. It can happen anywhere." Today, the president said, we come together and commit to the millions of murdered souls and all survivors that it must never happen again. And last night, award-winning film director Steven Spielberg addressed the several hundred Holocaust survivors who came to Poland to attend the commemorations today. warning as well of current and growing anti-Semitism. Spielberg, whose Shoah Foundation, together with the World Jewish Congress, helped bring the survivors to Auschwitz today, said, "We are once again facing the perennial demons of intolerance by, quote, anti-Semites, extremists, and religious fanatics." Spielberg said, "These people want to all over again strip you of your past, of your story, and of your identity." Spielberg stressed that the best way to fight these efforts was to remember. He said, "Ours is a just cause, and we will make sure lessons of the past will remain with us in the present, and we will find humanitarian ways to fight inhumanity." And in honor and memory of International Holocaust Remembrance Day and the anniversary of the Auschwitz liberation, JBS is airing several films tonight. Coming up at 8 o'clock, Escape from Auschwitz. At 9 o'clock, Eagles over Auschwitz. And at 9:30, New Jewish Cinema with the director of The Rescuers. And then at 10 tonight, on a special L'chaim, Mark Golub sits down with actor Avi Hoffman, himself the child of Holocaust survivors, who became deeply involved in the Dachau album project, a recently discovered treasure containing artwork and photographs documenting life in the Dachau concentration camp. That's here tonight on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 27th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.